Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Michelle, and today we are spending some time in my rainbow art journal. If you are new here, this journal is really just a throw together journal, kind of put anything I can find onto a page. I like to tear pages in half, and I just like to play and be free. I am sticking to my Art by Marlene things still in this journal because it is an Art by Marlene journal. It's just for me a really no pressure journal. Not that any of my journals are pressure at all. I just feel like, I don't know, I feel a little bit more freer to explore in this journal. I generally don't have an idea of what I'm going to do in them, and I like to add a lot of embellishments onto the pages. So I started off this page by just using some thin washi tape, and I just placed them onto my page in a grid kind of pattern. I did at the end, when I pulled off the tape, I did think I should have done a border as well, which I didn't, of course. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's if I had to do this again, I will hopefully remember to do a border. So all I did there was just swipe some paint across the page. Just I think I used that was the neon pink in Marlene's range. I used mermaid and I used the neon yellow, and just put out a little bit of paint onto my page and then swiped it across with an old card, gift card, credit card, whatever you've got. You can even use like a little bit of cardboard. That could even make a different kind of texture when you sweep it across. And then I've gone in with some stamping from the new background builder stamp set. Sorry, I can't find my words today. And now I'm just pulling off that washi tape that I've got there to reveal the grid. And I quite liked it, but I did think when I pulled it off that I should have done a little border. But anyway, it looks fine anyway. I don't mind the way it turned out. I am giving everything a quick dry. I bought that blue VersaFine ink pad thinking that it was permanent. It is in fact not permanent. So it stays, if it gets wet, it will move. And I think I discovered that on this page. I'm not sure. But anyway, I think I do smudge it at some stage. But now I'm just going in with my paint pen and I'm coloring in some of the little bits that I've stamped and just really adding a little bit more color and interest to the page. I know that you can't really see much of it from this distance on the video, but it does make a difference, I promise. And yeah, just going with different colors. And then I decided I would outline my little grids to make it pop out a little bit more. Because I felt, because my squares still had quite a bit of white space in them, I thought that you couldn't really make out the grid as well. And so I outlined them. Now I'm looking for just a little stamped image or stamped word. This is from the Bold Word stamp set from Marlene. And when I got that stamp set, I just did a whole lot of them in different colored embossing powders on different colored papers. And I just have them there sitting next to me in a little stash. Yeah, this is where I saw the ink was moving. Not permanent at all. So I quickly read the back to make sure that what is happening is supposed to be happening. But yes, that was unfortunately, that's the ink I have now. But I will make it work. Then I moved on to this page, which already had some paint swiped onto it. I actually filmed this a couple of weeks ago, so I can't really remember the process that I did. So I will be just as surprised as you are when I see what I'm doing with these pages. Yeah, let's see. So you'll see that I've got a whole lot of little embellishments floating about. I've actually got one of Marlene's little drawers that I often make embellishments, and then I stash them in there. And these leaves and flowers were from Marlene's falling leaves stencil, and I also just mass made a whole bunch of them and kept them in my stash. And I like to just stick and plonk them onto my pages whenever I do something in this journal. It's just, I find it a lot of fun to not overthink it too much and just play with the process. So I filled up this page with some of these red little flowers. I think I will outline them all as well to just make them stand out a bit. Yes, I've decided to outline them with red because I felt like that would connect them a little bit more to the page, making them look like they belong there instead of them just being plonked on, which is what I did. But that's not the point. I was trying to make them look like they belong on the page a little bit more. Then I will finish it off again with a quote, which I can't remember. Again, I can't remember what I put on. I didn't put a quote on at all. Can you believe it? Okay, this page had some of Marlene's peony paint that I just cleaned off a paintbrush with. And so I decided I will stick to that color and just bring that paint all the way across. And now I'm going in with some breeze, and I'm just creating some patches of color just to fill up that white space. So in my other journals, I really struggle with white space. Don't find it easy at all to leave any white space. But I do find in this journal, I struggle to cover up the white space. So pretty much all of these pages have white space of some sort on them, which I find quite peculiar because that's not how I normally create at all. But alas, here we are. I'm using this bubble stencil. I think it's also from the background building stencil. Stamp, sorry. And I decided, if I remember correctly, I decided to make these rainbow bubbles. Yes, that's right. So I'm going in with Marlene's paint pens, and I'm just going to go in with the rainbow colors. So it's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and pink. And I'm just creating this spread of rainbow bubbles across the page, and you'll see I'm overlapping the colors as well. So I'm trying to not have the colors separated by like a very obvious line. Like now you can see I've brought some of the blue bubbles into the green bubbles, just so it's a bit more of a natural transition there. And I think I decided that I liked this page the best. It was just so simple and easy and really fun to create. And I do enjoy a little rainbow across my page. So I think, yeah, this page made me rather happy. I really enjoyed doing that. And I like looking at that page now when I go through my journal. It makes me quite happy. So obviously with the paint pens, I would have covered up some of the lines from the stamping. So I'm just drawing that back in again. And I'm going to put a little highlight on each of these bubbles as well with my white paint pen. I am making the highlights random because if you look at the stamp as well, all the shadow is not on the same angle, and also the way that I stamped it, the shadowing are all different. So the highlights are also a little bit random. trying these leaves again. I do have a whole tin full of them, so I'm trying to use them, but I'm finding it quite hard to use them, to find space for them. Okay, I've pulled out this hexagon star stencil, and then just to extend the color a bit, I'm just stenciling with the breeze, and I think I go in with the peony as well. And I'm just extending that kind of ragged line into a more of a patterny shape down the page. Almost like a natural transition, I think. And again, looking for a quote. You can see I'm trying, like I'm going back and forth, trying to decide which ones to use. I do struggle a bit with using these embossed words. I think if I had to rather just stamp out the words while I'm doing the project, it would be easier for me to know which ones to use. But sometimes sometimes with these pre-made ones, I do struggle to decide which ones I want to use. I think in the end, I should have gone with the green one instead of the pink one, because the pink one kind of just sank into the page. And that's why I'm outlining it now with my black gel pen. So you can see the Hey There Sunshine clearly. It also ties in with the outline of the black bubbles, so they all pull together eventually. I'm giving it a quick dry to make sure everything is dry to the touch and it's not going to smudge when I move on to the next page. I think I only did one more page on this day, but it was an hour of playing in this journal and just trying to figure out what am I going to do. I wanted to use this little embellishment as well. This roll of measuring tape is actually a paper measuring tape. My mom gave it to me years and years ago, and she got it from someone years and years ago. But I do have my little roll there, and I love using it. I love using numbers in my work. If you are new here, you might not know this, but I love using numbers in my work. So using that little roll always makes me quite happy. Speaking of new year, if you are new and you have not done so yet, please go and subscribe to my channel. All you have to do is hit subscribe, and you can also click on the notification bell. Then you'll be notified every time I upload new videos. I normally upload every Tuesday and Friday. And then when there's a new release from Marlene, I will do some daily videos as well in that week. Okay, now to tie in the lines at the bottom of that measuring tape, I decided to add some lines across the whole page. And I really like the way that that turned out. I thought that this little embellishment that I had there stood out a little bit better with that. And then I thought it's taking up too much space, or I wanted to see more of that black lines at the back there. So I'm just using my craft knife, and I'm just fussy cutting some hexagons. This is actually from the back of the hexagon star stencil packaging, and I just used that as part of my little embellishment. So it's got the pattern there already. And I thought that was quite cute. I'm just extending, making sure that you can see those black lines through the little holes that I cut there. And I think that's pretty much it for today. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments which one of these 4 pages are your favorite. I'd love to hear. And I'd also love to hear if you've got a little throw together journal like this where you stick all of your embellishments and such in. It would be interesting to know if you guys create the same way as I do. All right, leaving you with some close-ups, and I will chat to you again soon. Okay, bye.